Whether you're a new trader or an experienced trader, we both know that you typically lose more trades than you win. Well, the new trader is probably listening to this saying, well, how do you even make money? How can you lose more than you win and still come out on top? Well, that's why you're here. That's why you came to the professional. In this video, I'm showing you exactly how you can lose more trades than you win, but still come out with profits, still able to withdraw, still able to go out there and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. With that said, guys, come follow me to the charts. Quite literally, the only way you can do this is by proper risk management. So the way we start this off is you have to always follow the same plan no matter what trade you take. A lot of people just don't understand this concept, right? So in this video, I'm gonna break down what it looks like if you were to do a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, a 1-to-3, a 1-to-4, a 1-to-5, and see how the profits start to creep in as you follow your plan. We're gonna start off with a 1-to-1 risk to reward, what it looks like, and why with this plan you will not be successful. So just for abbreviation's sake, what I'm gonna do is every time I talk about risk to reward, I'm gonna call it RR. Right now, we're following a 1-to-1 RR for the duration of 5 trades. So trade number 1, let's act as if you have an account size of $1,000 US. Let's say your risk is $50. Being that you're in a 1-to-1 plan, your reward is only gonna be $50. So you're risking 50 to make $50. Why is that not feasible? The reason why is because over the course of 5 trades, you'll have to win 3 out of 5 to make at least some type of profit. Let's say in this case where you lose the first trade, you win the second, you lose the third trade, you win the fourth, and you lose the 5th trade. How do you break down your account balances after each of these situations? So if you lose the first trade, your account size is now going to be $950. If you win the second trade, you're now back to $1,000. You lose the third, you're back to $950. You win the fourth, you're back at $1,000. You lose the fifth, now you're back at $950. So ultimately, after losing 3 trades and only winning 2, you lost $50 by the end of it all. Now let's look at a risk reward of 1-to-2 within the same exact scenario where you win 2 and lose 3. So the major difference here is that your risk is still going to be $50, but your reward is now going to be $100. Because when you talk about risk to reward, it's pretty much a multiplier. So if you're doing 1-to-1, you're risking 1 to make 1. You do 1-to-2, you're risking 1 to make 2. So it's doubled. So if you're risking $50, your goal is to make $100. So let's say you lose the first trade. That means you only lost $50, right? So same scenario, your account size is 1,000. Your risk is the same, $50. Now your reward is doubled, it's $100. You lose the first trade, so now your account size is $950. But let's say now you win the second trade. Your account size is now higher than 1,000. It's now $1,050 because you make 100. Now let's say you lose the third trade. You're now back at 1,000 because you only lost $50. You win the fourth, now you're at 1,100. Now you lose the fifth, you're back at 1,050. So you see, like, even though you lost the same amount of trades, you still came out on top in some way. $50 in profit is better than no dollars in profit, or it's better than a loss. Now let's talk about 1-to-3 risk to reward. Same thing. Remember, it's a multiplier, right? So your account size is still $1,000. You're still risking $50. But now your reward is going to now be what? $150. It's 50 times 3. So we're still taking the same 5 trades. We're still losing 3 and only winning 2. And let's see how we come out on top. If you are not familiar with risk to reward, I urge you to drop in the comments what you think about this concept so far and let me know how this has helped you. So let's say you lost the first trade. Your account size is now at $950. Let's say you win the second trade. Your account size is now at $1,100. We now got to $1,100 a little quicker. Let's say you lost the third trade. You're back down to $1,050. You get a win, you're now at $1,200. And a loss, you're back down to $1,150. So you see how you're slowly creeping up in the same amount of trades, the same amount of losses, but now you're coming up higher and higher in profits. Let's move on to 1-to-4 risk to reward. Same thing, same situation. $1,000 account. The only difference now is you're risking 1-to-4. So that means your goal is to make 4 times $50, 4 times your risk. So that'll be $200. Take a L the first time, we're back down to $950. You take a win, you're at $1,150. Get another L, you're at $1,100. Take a win, you're at $1,300. Get an L, you're at $1,250. You see how you're every level that you go up in the same scenario, you're always going to be $100 higher and higher and higher each scenario. So what do you think is going to be at a 1 to 5? It's going to be the same situation. You're just going to be $100 higher than you are now by the end of the 5 trades. So I hope I showed you guys right now how important risk to reward is. Let me take this and I'm going to make it a very practical situation. I know the biggest question, especially from new traders, is, well, I want to risk just $50 or just $100, but I don't know how to do it because every trade I take is very different. Well, let me show you exactly how to do that. So let's say this is a scenario right here. We're looking at the euro versus the US dollar. We want to take a sell on euro USD, and let's say this is our entry point. So in this situation, we can see here that the stop loss is about 50 pips. That's a crazy stop loss, by the way. But let's say if we were risking 1 to 1, which we'll never do, this is what it'll look like. You're risking 50 pips to make about 50 pips. Now, if you go higher to a 1 to 2, you're risking about 50 pips to make 100 pips. Now, I never recommend going under 1 to 3. So, you know, you guys do with that what you will. But let's say you're going for a 1 to 3, you're now risking 50 pips to make 150 pips. Let's spread this out so you see the win. Now, a lot of traders would say, well, how can I take this and know exactly how much to risk, like in terms of lot size? Because obviously you have to, you know, transform whatever you're risking and put it in terms of a lot size. There's like a little formula you can follow, and it's very simple. So those of you that hate math, don't worry, I'm your guy. I do all the work for you so you don't have to. So in this formula, what you do is you have to take the amount of money you want to risk. So it's going to be your risk in terms of dollars, and you go and you divide that by your stop loss in terms of pips, and then whatever answer we get, whatever number we get from that, what we're going to do is we're going to divide that again by 10. If you're trading on MetaTrader, you'll be able to take whatever answer you get from this and throw it right into your MetaTrader. So let me give you an example here. So let's say the risk is $50. Divide $50 by 50 pips. You remember, because we're risking 50.3 pips, so I'm gonna put 50.3. And what that's gonna be, you know, I'll make it simple. Divided by 50, right? What that's gonna be is 1, right? So now you take that 1 and you divide it by 10. 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your lot size is gonna be exactly 0.10. It's just that simple. Now I'm gonna give you another example. In this case, it'll be a much lower risk in terms of pips, to see if you guys can understand exactly what I'm talking about and show you exactly how you can get the same exact results. Let's say we're looking at this position. In this case, we're only risking, let's say, 12.1 pips. This time we want to take a 1 to 5 in this scenario. Same thing, guys. What's the formula? The formula is your risk in dollars. Divide that by your amount of pips that you're risking. So your stop loss pips, which is 12.1. And that's going to equal a number. And you divide whatever that number is by 10. And that will equal your lot size. Very simple. Very, very simple. So let's do the actual math. So your risk, remember, is going to be $50. Divide that by your stop loss in pips. In this situation is 12.1. That's going to give us 4.13. Now you take that 4.13 and you divide that by 10. That's going to give us our lot size. In this case, our lot size is 0.41, and that's what you put in your MetaTrader account for your lot size. Now, if you're trading, you know, like a different broker that doesn't use a lot size, it uses units, that's a whole other problem. I'll make a video on exactly how to convert your lot size into units, and I'll have a whole explanation behind that, because that's a whole other scenario where you have to convert numbers and all that stuff. And for those of you that don't like math, you're gonna hate this. If you're good with just using your lot size, cool, go out there, take it, go kill it, right? If this concept has helped you, drop in the comments how it helped you, what you used to do before, because I'm actually really curious on how you guys used to do it. Because I remember when I first started trading, I used to do this weird thing where I would risk based on how much money is on my account, and I had no idea. Like, every trade has the same exact risk. It didn't matter how many pips I was risking. None of that stuff mattered. And guess what? I didn't get any results. I would make massive wins and then I'll take even bigger losses, and it just didn't make sense at all. I put this together so you guys don't have to go through the same thing I did. You can go out there and use risk to reward like a pro and actually get the results a lot sooner than I did. So drop in the comments exactly how you feel about the concepts, the strategy that I used here, and let me know exactly how it's helped you. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Go send this video out to the people that you know has been having the same exact issues. And I'm telling you right now, this will change your whole trading career. With that said, I'll see you guys on the next one.